So allowing yourself to connect down into the earth, beginning to let go. So noticing the left arm right down to the left hand, palm turned upwards. And noticing the right shoulder, right arm down to the right hand, palm turned upwards. Notice your chest. As you breathe in, be aware of the chest expand and rise. Our heart center. Notice what's going on in the heart this morning. Are we feeling heavy? Are we feeling light? So whatever crops up, just meet it. Let it be here right now. And then breathe into that heart space. So visualize the heart expanding. As we breathe in, feel a lightness in this area. And as we exhale, allow that space to soften. So again, breathe into that heart center. Feel it expand as you breathe in. And as you exhale, allow it to soften. Come down to the belly. So bring your awareness to the belly moving. So allow the belly to expand like a balloon. We're not holding on to anything here. We're not trying to suck anything in. So big breath in, belly expands. And an even longer breath out. So just sit with whatever is in the belly at the moment. Notice any emotions that arise, any feelings. And again, we meet them. We welcome them. And remember, it's okay to not feel okay. And then moving down to the hips, feel the left buttock, the right, the hips at the front and at the back. And slowly moving down through the legs. Just bringing a sense of calm and peace. And just noticing any sensations. When we come to the mat, we begin to feel and notice what's happening in the body. So we might feel nothing, and that's okay. Or we might feel tingling, holding on, pains, aches. Whatever it is, just be with it this morning. Come all the way down to the feet. And just notice the aliveness in the whole body. Relax the jaw. And set yourself a little intention for our practice this morning. Something for you. Remember to be kind, to be loving to yourself. And as we move through the class this morning, I invite you to be really conscious of the breath. Be really conscious of your body, how it feels. And if something doesn't feel right, please don't do it. So if we're working with any aches and pains, shoulders, backs, legs, we all come to the mat at different times in our lives with different little niggles or problems. So we'd be very gentle with this, the whole body, not just that area, the whole body, the whole mind. It affects everything. So when you're ready, bring a little bit of energy into the fingers, energy into the toes. Remove the pillow from underneath the head. You can leave the blankets where they are if you wish. And just take a nice big stretch. Point the toes, bring the hands up over the head. Feel the body lengthen into both sides. And release. Bring the hands back down by the sides. Push into your heels and bring your toes up towards you. And let's do that again. So inhale, reach the hands up over the head. Notice how the arms and shoulders feel here. Lengthen into the whole body. Take a big breath in. And as you release, just come on back down. Walk the feet in closer to the body. And slowly take the knees in. Rock from side to side. Just rolling on the back. Massaging out the lower back, the middle back. Again, just seeing how am I today. And bring the knees the opposite way. And then drop the two knees to the left. We have the two monkeys here beside me playing away. Drop the two knees to the left. Take your left hand on top of your right thigh. And reach your hands up towards the sky and then just drop it down to the floor. Connect that right shoulder and let go. Take a nice long breath into the rib cage, into the belly. Let the corners of the mouth turn up, smile. Think of all those things you're most grateful for this morning. And I'm so grateful for our practice and for having you guys here to share it with. Hey, you two monkeys, and it's fun. Bring the knees back to the center and drop the two knees to the right. Take the right hand onto your thigh and reach the left hand up and all the way out to the left. So a bit of cat entertainment this morning. This is great. So look to the left. Bring the two knees as close to the mat as feels comfortable. Twist your torso, let go of the shoulders. And get a big sigh in and out through the mouth. And then bring yourself slowly, when you're ready, back to the center. Move from side to side and notice a difference. And then draw the 2 feet together and drop the 2 knees out to the sides. And just rock from side to side, opening out those hips. So 2 feet are together. And take a stretch with the hands up over the head. Arch the lower back. And then as you exhale, connect the lower back without trying to bring the knees any way closer. So you can take your hands to your temples. Keep the elbows out wide or just bring your hands across the chest, depending on how you feel. Inhale, release the lower back. Exhale, connect the whole lower back down to the earth. Draw the chin down. Let's do that once more. Inhale, release the lower back. Exhale, connect the lower back. Draw that belly button in. And just see, can we raise our head and shoulders off the mat, looking up towards the sky. We're going to stay here for a full breath. Notice when you exhale, you're hugging in that belly button in towards the mat. On the next breath, release, come down slowly. Take your hands down to your thighs. Bring those lovely knees together. Open the feet out wide. Keep the knees bent. And just move from side to side. Just gently activating the body to warm it up. Loosen everything out. And then hug the knees in once more. Move into the ankle joints. Draw circles into the ankles. Oh, big pop and crack there. That's good. And go the other way. And then see, can you straighten out the left leg and hug in the right knee. And just point and flex into that left leg. And then bring that right foot onto the mat. Take your hands around the left leg. And encourage that left leg to come a little bit closer towards you. Slide the right leg all the way down along the mat. And keep the left leg where it is, if it's available. Bend the knee, same leg, left leg. Take your right hand onto your knee, twist it across your body, and release it down towards the floor. So you feel a deeper twist into the spine. Bring that left shoulder back down. Slow down the breath. See if you can really get the back to open up here. And come gently back. Bring the left foot onto the mat and open it out to the left this time. So coming into fallen tree pose. So you're in a tree pose, but you're lying down. So your left foot is inside your right thigh, pushed in. Your hips are nicely open, and you're going to bring your hands up over your head. Now, when we're in standing tree pose, if you're familiar with it, we generally bring our hands together over our head and open out the elbows. So this is quite safe to do lying down. Just see how it feels. So left knee is open, right foot is still active, toes are pointing upwards, elbows are wide, hands are touching over the head if you can. And then slide that left leg all the way down the mat. Take a stretch with the arms and bring the knees back together. Back into the center, and let's do all of that on the right. So we're going to stretch the right leg up in the air and hug in the left knee and start to move into that right ankle joint. Nice little circles into the right ankle joint. Anytime we raise the legs above the body, it's really good for any problems with the ankles, the legs, swelling, aches, pains. We're also flushing blood down to the hips. And point and flex. It's also good for restless legs at night time. Point and flex. Okay, so can we bring the left foot onto the mat, straighten it out as long as we can, and take our hands behind the right leg. If this is not available, use a strap or it's not a scarf. Just notice how that feels. Opening up the back of the hamstrings. And then bend the knee, take the left hand onto your right knee and begin to twist the torso and the knee all the way over to the left. Now encourage that right shoulder. My right shoulder really wants to lift up this morning. So bring that right shoulder back down and create that twist. So each time we come to the mat, we'll find that the body feels different. Depending on how our previous day has been, or our week, or night's sleep. So we don't analyze it, we just notice and work with it. Bring that foot back, place the foot onto the mat, turn the knee out to the right, fallen tree pose. So the right foot is in against the left thigh. Left foot is working, it's active, it's pointing to the sky. Reach the hands up over the head, take a breath in and notice how this feels. Perhaps you want to bring the hands together in Namaste prayer pose and just allow the elbows to relax onto the floor. So this is our perfect alignment when we're standing. So notice how it feels when we come to do tree later on. One more breath here. Release, bring the hands down by the leg. Lift the leg up and bring the knees back into the chest. One last roll from side to side. Loosen out the neck. So turn the head to the right and to the left. And then we're going to rock forward and back. If the back feels okay this morning, we're going to rock forward and back on the spine. If not, roll onto your side and push yourself up. So take about 4 or 5 rocks here. Take your time. Keep a distance underneath your chin. And roll on your back like a ball so you can feel all the different areas of your back. Try not to skip any parts. 2 more. Now let's cross over the ankles, take the big toes. See, can we do the same thing again? Pull the feet in closer and bring ourselves up onto our knees. Super. And if that's not for you this morning, don't worry. Just come onto hands and knees. Spread out the fingers nice and wide. Wrists underneath the shoulders. Knees underneath the hips. And hips. Knees are hip distance apart, which is 2 fists. Get rid of this hair. Okay, so coming into tabletop position, let's open up this back. So as we inhale, coming into cow pose, lifting the tailbone, drawing the chest forward. As we exhaling, arch our back, look down towards our navel. Draw that navel up into the sky. And again, inhaling gently. Feel a stretch in the belly. And exhaling, arching. So close your eyes. Begin to add the breath with the movement. On the next cat stretch, draw your navel in and just lean all the way back onto your heels. Notice how that feels. And see, can you really press the hands into the mat and activate the arms? So imagine you're pulling the mat towards you. Open out the shoulders. Let the belly come right down onto the thighs. Your head stays off the floor. And breathe. One more breath here. And come back into hero pose. Well done. We're going to do our little moving meditation. Get the body warmed up. So move this mat over a wee bit. There we go. Okay, so coming back into hero pose. Brilliant. Take a breath in, come up onto the knees, allow the hip flexors to come forward. Beautiful. Exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale into our tabletop. And we'll come down through the chest first of all. We can do chaturanga next. So exhale, come down to the chest. Push forward, point those toes away. Inhale, lift off. So use the pubic bone, use the back muscles to lift up. Curl the toes under, press into the mat, come back into your tabletop, and all the way into your downward facing dog. So just make any movements you wish to hear. Twist from side to side a little bit. So turn the 2 feet to the right. Notice how that feels. Turn the 2 feet to the left. Bend the knees and then straighten the legs. Move the head, draw a little circle with the head. Nod your head as if you're saying yes and no. Come back down onto the knees, into tabletop, back into hair, all the way back onto your bum. Take a breath in to come up, all the way up onto the knees, and exhale, hands back to heart. Good. So when we come up, and we're really shooting for the stars here, bringing the hands up towards the sky, just bring the palms facing each other. Or even turn the middle fingers in a little bit more, and you feel that into the shoulder blades and into the back. Okay, so let's try all that again. I've got a new mat and it's curling up like what you call it now on the magic carpet, Aladdin. Anyway, not to worry. Okay, so here we go. Back into our hero pose. Settle ourselves. Take a big breath in and out. And we're going to play with downward dog this morning just to really start to open up the body and the back and the legs. Do what you can. If it gets too much, just come back to here, take a break, come back in when you can. So inhale, come up. And exhale, release. Come all the way down. Inhale into tabletop. And this time you can come into plank pose if you wish, and come down through what's called chaturanga. So draw your navel in and slowly come down onto your chest, then onto your belly. Good. Point your toes away. Press your pubic bone into the floor. Draw the shoulders back. Let's stay here for 2 full breaths, getting the back muscles activated. Drop the chin so the neck is nice and long. Not much weight onto the hands, so give me a little wave. Beautiful. Exhale. Push the mat away, push your breath out, bring yourself back into your tabletop and move straight up into your downward facing dog. And let's have a little bit of fun here this morning. Let's pedal out, as we call it, or walk the dog. So bend one knee and straighten the other leg. Change over, bend the opposite knee and straighten the other leg. And then just take the right foot back an inch. Just look underneath your right armpit. So twisting as if you're trying to bring your right hip on top of your left. Just a little twist, a little turn. Notice how that feels. Good. Come back, bring that foot back in line with the left. Take the left foot back about an inch or two. Twist your body and look underneath your left armpit. Come back to the center. This time, let's go for 3-legged dog. Bring the right leg up, all the way up to the sky. Go on, that's it. Look down towards your toes. Brilliant. Bend that right knee, and imagine you're trying to bring that right foot to your bottom. Good. Breathe. And turn the body back. Bring that right foot back down. Come up onto your tippy toes. Back onto your knees. Back into hare pose. Take a break here. Take the right hand to your right foot, left hand to your left foot, and let your head relax down onto the mat. Hello. And then allow your head to come forward slightly onto the mat. So just the forehead, where the hairline meets. And take our hands behind our back. Interlace our fingers behind our back. And bring those hands up and over your shoulders. Lengthening into the shoulders. Be gentle not to put too much pressure on the head. You're just kissing the crown, not the crown of the head, just the hairline of the head onto the mat. Draw those shoulders back. Breathe, coming into rabbit pose. And release the hands, bring them back down. Come onto your forehead, back into child's pose. And when you're ready, we're going to take a big breath in to come up. And exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes, just feel that lovely energy moving around the body. And we're going to try all of that on the left. So let's give it a go. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back down. Inhale into tabletop. So it's up to you, either you come down on your chest from here, or you come into plank and go down through the arms. Point the toes, inhale, draw the shoulders back and down. Keep looking down towards your mat. As you exhale this time, we're going to come back into tabletop and straight back into our down dog. So just make little movements in your downward dog this morning. And then just settle into it. So find your downward dog. Lift that tailbone back up towards the sky. Slight bend in the knees, drawing the heel down towards the mat, spreading out those fingers. When you're ready, press all the weight into the right leg. Lift the left leg right up to the sky. Beautiful. Look underneath that left armpit. Bend that left knee as if you're trying to bring that left foot back to your bottom. 3, 2, 1. Turn the hips back to face the mat. Step the left foot back down. And this time we're going to walk forward. So walk our feet tiptoe all the way to the top of our mat. Keep going. Take your time till you get right to the top of our magic carpet. And then just let yourself hang out here. So take your hands to your shins or to the floor and let the head fall. Really breathing into the back here, lengthening into the spine. And just sway from side to side. Take your hands to your elbows. So right hands to left elbow, left hands to right elbow. Bend your right knee and drop your right elbow down a little bit further, creating a little twist. Come on back to the center. Bend your left knee and drop your left elbow down and straighten your right leg. Be gentle. And then slowly bring your hands back down onto the mat. Bend your knees. See, can you take a hold of your big toes with your first fingers? So you're hooking your big toes. Inhale, just look slightly forward. Exhale, hug yourself down towards the floor. So straightening the legs if you can. Once more, inhale, look slightly forward, straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Beautiful. Exhale, floating down towards your feet. From here, we're going to curl up like a rag doll. So take our hands by our sides. Let the head fall. Last thing to come up is our head. So visualize your spine. Connect the feet down into the earth, bend the knees slightly and start to roll up. Draw your belly button in. Keep that core set controlled to help support our back. Vertebra by vertebra, unraveling the whole spine. Slowly, slowly, safely coming up to standing. When you get here, and you're standing nice and tall, spread out the toes, Draw the shoulders back and down, away from the ears. Take the hands out by the sides. And let's just put some weight into the feet. So slowly begin to come up onto the tippy toes, all the way up, balancing. Be careful with any aches or pains in the ankles. Reach the hands up over the head if you can. Draw the navel in. 3, 2, 1, and let go. Well done. Okay, just draw little circles into the hips. Notice how the back feels. We want to loosen everything out. And let's go the other way. Let's do a little cross crawl action. Great for the brain, the mind, and coordination. So all we're doing is we're twisting the body. So the top half of the body is twisting. The head stays forward. And we're just going to tap into the opposite leg for 8. Good. 7, let the body twist. 6, 5. Notice what's going on in the back. 4, 3, 2, last one, 1. And then place the feet back down exactly where you want them, underneath the hips, standing nice and tall. Engage those thighs. Bring the energy into the toes, lift yourself up again. Take the hands up over the head. Press down into the balls of the feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Let's hug in that right leg. So place all the weight into the left leg. Come to a standing position, hugging that right leg. So knees coming into the chest. If you want to put your hand on the wall, you can do to help balance. Focus on something that's not moving, it always helps. Take that hand to your ankle and see, can you release and bring that knee pointing down? Let me just turn to the side to show you. So you're coming from here, hand to the ankle, bring that knee down by the other knee. Inhale and release, tilting forward from the hips. Push that back hand, that back foot into the hand, and release the opposite hand forward. Coming into dancer pose or Lord of Dance. Breathe, keep both hips facing forward. Slowly release, place that foot back down. Just shake out the legs. We're going to stay on this right foot, coming into tree pose, one of my favorites, Vrikasana. So begin to place all the weight into the left leg, turn the hip out to the side, bring the foot down to the floor to begin with. Both hips are in neutral, so we're not doing this little tilt that you might see at the bar. Okay, so keep the hips in line, knee turned out, strong standing leg. You can stay here, place the hands at the heart, and see, can you close your eyes? It's not so easy. Then let the eyes open and decide, do I want to stay here? We're still getting the same benefits. Do I want to raise my foot below my knee, keeping that knee out to the side? Or do I want to take that foot all the way up into the groin for full tree pose? The choice is yours. Hands can come out the branches of the tree. Arms out by the sides. Or like what we did in the warm-up, hands press together over the head, open the elbows. You really feel this in the back. So strong standing trees. Don't worry if you fall out, you can just come back in. Take a breath, take the hands away. Let the leg come down gently. You're trying to knock me over, Siva. And then draw little circles into the hips again. Exchange the weight in the feet. You'll feel that leg has done a lot of work. So let's try the other leg and see what it's like. If we're on a rug, you'll notice, or a carpet, you'll notice it's a little bit harder to balance actually. Okay, so press down into the right leg. When you're ready, begin to raise the left leg. Hug the knee in if you can. Squeeze it right up to the chest. Standing nice and tall. One more breath. And take that left hand to your ankle if you can reach it. Drop that knee down opposite the other knee. So opening up the thigh and the hip. Hello. Now when you're ready, tilting from the hips, coming forward, reach into the distance with that right hand. Press the left foot into the hand and begin to raise it back behind us for dancer pose. Notice that lovely shoulder is opening up as well. So let that left shoulder come back, but keep the left hip facing forward as best you can. Well done. Slowly come back. Place the foot back down, just distribute the weight again. Move around the legs. And then get ready. Place all the weight into that right leg again, standing nice and tall. Turn the left knee out, left hip turns out. Bring the foot down to the other ankle first of all. So press down on the toes, standing nice and tall. Take our hands to our heart center. Close your eyes and smile. Open the eyes and decide, where do I want my tree this morning? So we can have that foot below the knee, never on the knee. Or you can take that foot up to the groin. Keep this left knee open wide, parallel to the wall be next to us. And then decide where you want your branches. Perhaps up over your head. Bring your palms towards you and turn your palms gently towards the back of the wing. Notice how that affects the shoulder blades. It brings them back and down. Maybe we prefer to bring the hands together. The choice is yours this morning. Or keep the branches back down at the heart. And they say tree pose shows how balanced we are in life. Sometimes it can be a little bit wobbly, windy. Other times we can be very secure. One more breath here. Open that chest, reach for the stars, the sky. And release. Let that leg come down slowly, gently. Ooh, what a workout in these legs. Move the weight around, move into the ankles. Do whatever you need to do just to loosen them out. Shake it off. It's quite nice too. Let's just do a little bit of work for these lovely hips. So come to the back of your mat. We're going to take a big step forward, as big as we can. Step all the way forward with that left leg. The back leg is nice and straight. Both hips again are facing forward. And the back foot, we're up onto the tippy toes. So the heel is not down. So it's a variation of warrior one. So when you're ready, bend into the front knee. Raise those hands up over the head. You'll feel that lovely openness all the way down the front of that right hip. Breathing. Drop the shoulders. Palms of the hands are looking towards each other. When you're ready, take your hands to your hips. Swivel on the back foot, the right foot, and turn it towards the long part of your mat. Straighten the front leg. And then bend it again. But have an eye, keep an eye on that front knee and see where it's going. So keep it out over your middle toe. Straighten the front leg. And once more, bend it again. Extend the arms forward and back, coming into warrior two pose. And looking forward to the front hand. Inhale, drop the right hand, come down by your side, sweep forward, bring it towards the left, pull it back like a bow and arrow, and open up. Let's do that again. Down the hand comes, towards the left hand, pull it back like a bow and arrow, and open wide. Good, last time. Inhale, exhale, open, drop the back hand down to the back of the knee, left hand comes up, first finger and thumb touching, coming into humble warrior. You can look up if it feels okay. Beautiful. Exhale, come back, bring the arms out by the sides, bend the left arm, place it down onto that thigh, lift up that right hand to the sky. Reach into those fingertips. Looking up. You see, can you bring that right hand right up and over your head? So you have one straight line from your fingers on the right hand, all the way down your side, all the way down to your toes. Now draw the navel in, engage your core, and see, can you take away the left hand? Straighten the left hand out and breathe. Last breath. Release that left hand back onto the thigh. Come back into warrior two. You're doing brilliant. Oh, let the hands go. Turn the left foot in, facing the long part of your mat. And either jump the feet together or toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. Well done. Shake out the legs. And let's do all that on the other side. Okay. So yoga is about creating strength, opening the body, but bringing in a little bit of strength as well. We don't want to be over flexible and no strength, because then we're going to come into a lot of complications in the body. So let's step forward this time with the right leg. All the way forward, bending into that right knee. Both hips are facing forward. We're right up onto our tippy toes on the back of that left leg. Bend into the right knee and reach, bring the hands up over the head. Relax the shoulders down. Feel that lovely openness of that left hip, the strength into that left leg. Keep bending into that right knee. Check that that right knee is coming over the middle toe, not tucked in across the body. Balancing. A lot of balance this morning. And release the hands, bring them back down. Turn that left foot all the way around to the front. Good, so the left toes are facing the front. Straighten the front leg. So your right leg, and then bend into the right leg. And again, straighten. And bend. Okay, have a look and make sure you can see your first, second, and third toe on that right foot. So that knee is in a good place. And from here, extend the arms, coming into warrior two pose. So opening out the chest, opening out those arms, and gazing into the front hand. Drop that left hand down and around. Come to the right hand, meet and pull that arrow back. Open up, stretch back, and let's do that again. Inhale. Bring that hand to the front, pull that arrow back, and release. Once more. Down we go. Beautiful. Meet that left hand, right hand, and left hand. Pull it back. Release. Open the chest. Beautiful. Drop the left hand back down towards your back of your knee. Lift your right hand up. Humble warrior, first finger and thumb connect. Slowly release, come back to the center. Bring the right hand onto the thigh. Bring the left hand up and over towards the sky to begin with. Just stretch that left hand up to the sky. Bring back that left shoulder. Have a little look up and see where it is. And then continue. Bring that left hand as far over your head as you can. Reach into the distance. So visualize a straight line from that left hand all the way down to that left foot. Now, engage your core and see, can you float? Can you take off that right hand and reach into the distance? Breathing. One more breath. Release, bring that right hand back onto your thigh. Whew, bring that left arm back. Extend the right arm back to your hips. Turn your right foot to the front. Let's just stay here for a moment. Draw the two toes in a little bit closer into the middle. So legs are as wide as you can get them. Toes are facing slightly in. Good. Bring the hands out by the sides and just interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw your shoulder blades back, lift your chest, lengthen into the front of the body. Hip flexors are coming forward. And then when you're ready, let's just begin to lean forward, coming down to a nice flat back. You can take your hands down to the floor in front of you, so hands in line with the shoulders, if that's available. If not, place your hands onto a block or a pillow or something to give us a little bit of support. So when you're here, what I want you to do is just see, can we flatten the back? So the hands are on the floor, lift ourselves, push into the hands, lift your tailbone and get a nice flat back. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Breathe into the back here. And then as we exhale, maybe see, can we come down a little bit closer towards the ground, towards the floor. Maybe we can bring our elbows down. So just do what you can this morning. Breathe into it, soften into the back, the legs, the thighs, the ankles. Maybe you can take your hands to your big toes, hook your big toe, bring your elbows out to the side, and just encourage your head to come down to the floor. Remember to be gentle. There's lots of different adaptations here. So just do what feels right. Good. Feel that lovely openness in the groin. Inner thigh, outer thigh, back, glutes, could be everywhere. And then slowly walk the hands back in. So bring the hands back underneath the chest. Draw the navel in, take the hands back to the hips. Slowly lift yourselves back up to standing. Well done. Beautiful. From here, I'm just going to walk the feet, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, all the way back. And just loosen out those feet, those ankles, little circles into the ankles, and let's come down onto the knees. So we can come down to awkward pose, take the hands out in front, draw the navel in. Let's come back up onto our tippy toes. Check in with our balance. Slowly come down. Keep the knees pointing straight out. Nice flat back. Draw the navel in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way down. Take our hands onto the floor. just come onto our bellies. We're going to come down safely onto the bellies and take the hands down by the sides. Let the shoulders fall. We're going to do a little bit more work to strengthen the back. Just take a breath in here first of all. We're almost home. We're almost ready for Shavasana. So bring your forehead onto the mat. Draw the shoulders back away from the ears. Reach the hands back behind you, palms looking towards each other. Take a breath in and lift the chest. Lift the shoulders, lift the head. Reaching those hands away. Notice as you breathe in, the belly expands, we lift up a bit higher. Two more breaths here. Slowly release, come down onto the opposite ear. And then bring the forehead back onto the mat. And this time bring the hands down by the sides. Press the hands into the mat. And we're going to raise the legs off the floor this time. So point into the toes. You can press down into the hands and lift those legs. Stretch those legs as far back from you as possible. Slowly release, bring the legs back down, come to the other side, the other ear. Let the shoulders relax, let the hands relax. Take a big breath into the mat. And this time we're going to do the full version of the pose, if you wish, bringing arms and legs. So see how you feel. Just hold it for a couple of breaths. Bring the forehead back onto the mat. Release, bring the shoulders back, stretch the hands away from you. When you're ready, lift off. Bring the legs and the arms. And release the legs, the hands, the head. Come to the other ear. And then walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Well done. Press down with the hands. Come back into a tabletop position. And walk back into a gentle hair pose. And then slowly walk the hands back up. Bring your feet back around to the sides. Come onto your bottom. Stretch the legs out in front and let's get ready for Shavasana or relaxation. So you want your blanket, your jumpers, your socks, your cushions. Come onto your back and just massage it back. Walk from side to side to begin with. And just notice how you feel. You can do a nice little twist if you wish while you're getting ready to relax. You can drop the two knees to the left. We always go to the left first with the knees because of the way the colon and the semicolon is in the body. We want to get the food digested and moving the right way. Just see, can you soften this twist? So just very gently twisting, not forcing anything, not pulling anything. Just let go of the hands, let go of the legs. And then help yourself back to the center and twist the opposite way. So bring the knees to the right, twist the head and the arms across to the left. We're not trying to force anything or hold anything. Let's just make it very relaxed as we begin to slow down. Breathing in peace and relaxation into every cell in the body. And as we exhale, just letting go whatever does not serve us today. Bring the knees back to the center and make yourself comfortable for Shavasana. So allow the legs to stretch out. Take the hands out by the sides. Allow the palms to turn upwards. And just begin to settle down into the earth. And begin to notice the senses. So any sounds around you, what can you hear outside of the room that you're in? Excuse me. And bring your attention into the room that you're in. Notice the sounds. What can you hear? And then bring your awareness to the sound of the breath as it arrives into the body and as it leaves the body. And then bring your awareness to any tightness or any pain in the body, any tension that we're holding on to. Can we send the breath to this area and allow this area to relax and to heal? And you allow Notice the teeth are apart, the lips touching. And see, can you allow the tongue to relax? Often when the tongue is busy and moving around, it's the active mind. So allow the tongue to either be placed behind the top teeth or at the lower teeth, at the back of the lower teeth. And allow the face to soften, allow the forehead to relax. And notice the movement of the belly. Can we slow the breath down just a little bit more? And as we're beginning to settle, to relax, I'd like to read a little piece for you from today's date, the 21st of May, from Journey to the Heart. And it says, listen for the music. The woman at the campground at the National Forest extended an invitation to me. She said, some evening when the soaking pools are closed and the guests are in their cabins, the members of the staff build a campfire, gather round and sing. Listen for the music. You're welcome to join us. You'll have a great time. The universe has invited us to join in too. How often have we heard the music and for some reason been fearful to join in? We don't have to stand in the shadows, watching others make music, watching others laugh and have a good time. Whether it's a group of friends doing karate or simply karaoke or simply having a good time of love and laughter, when we hear the music in our lives, it's okay to join in. Some of the best times in my life were spent around a piano, making music with the people I love. Some of the most memorable times have been when I forgot my fears and self-consciousness. Forgot it enough to relax and have fun with the people I was with. Music is all around us. Listen for it. Seek it out. Know you're welcome to join in. Don't worry about how well you carry a tune or whether you know all the words. You've been invited to the campfire. Come, sing along. You'll have the time of your life. So let's give ourselves a couple of minutes just to visualize a setting where we hear beautiful music. A place that brings us a lot of peace and calm. Whether it's at a concert, at a campfire, listening to our favorite tracks on a long drive. So bring your mind there now. Hear the music. Music is food for the soul. Enjoy it. And then come back to the breath once more today. Notice if it's calm and relaxed. Notice in times of worry, emotions, concerns, anxieties, fears, we can always come back to this breath. This breath is always with us, guiding us. So just practice coming home to this breath now, feeling that lovely inhale nourishing us, relaxing us. The letting go of the exhale. And then bring our awareness back into the rooms that we're in, back into our bodies. Follow the breath once more and bring some energy into the fingers. A little wiggle. Bring some energy into the toes, give them a little wiggle. And then take a big stretch, whichever way you feel you need to this afternoon or this morning. And then hug the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. Give yourself a big hug. Say, well done for getting here. And then roll onto your side and press down into your hand before you bring yourself up. So take your time. Give yourself that massive hug. Roll onto your side and then come all the way back up. And come to a seated position of your choice. And think of what's your favorite song that you're going to play as soon as the class is over. Something that brings some love and light to the heart. Let's take our hands to the heart center. And we close off our class together. I wish you all a lovely, lovely weekend. Listen to plenty of music and do plenty of dance. Lots of movement and enjoy it. And as we close our class, we bow our heads to each other, to our hearts, to Mother Earth. Namaste. Just going to turn off this little recording.